we are going now to discuss leaves. These leaves are one, they have a color. So a leaf is a part of a plant with a green color, and remember we said from our previous videos that this green color is called chlorophyll, and this chlorophyll is very important in a way that it traps sunlight energy with which these plants use to make their food called starch. Then again, these leaves they develop from buds, as we discussed, and we have two types of buds. We have the terminal bud, which is the growing tip of a shoot system, and the lateral bud. So these leaves come from the lateral buds on the stems of plants. Here we have our words. Before we go again any further, we have our words. We are going to read through these words and we get simple meanings. Word number one, it is a stomata. A stomata. So when it is one, it is called a stoma. When they are very many, they are called stomata. So we don't call them stomatas, we just call them a stomata. And these are the openings on leaves which these plants use to carry out gaseous exchange. Our number word 2 is gaseous. This is gaseous. Then if we put that exchange, it means breathing. So the stomata are used by plants to carry out gaseous exchange. So we have our word number 3. This word is read as venation, coming from the word vein. So later on we are going to understand the meaning of the word venation. Then here, this is the word simple. We have trifoliate. Tri means 3 and foliate means leaves. So trifoliate meaning 3 leaves. This is shoot. It is a system of a flowering plant. And then this is pinnate. This is thatch. A thatch is to cover the top of a house using grass, to thatch a house. Then this is lamina. Therefore, lamina, thatch, pinnate, simple, trifoliate, shoot, venation, gaseous, and stomata. Therefore, I urge you to pause the video and write these words in your book. I'm reading them once again for one more time. This one is simple, trifoliate, shoot, lamina, thatch, pinnate, stomata, gaseous, venation. So let us now move on and see parts of a leaf. So now here, here we are going to look at parts of a leaf. So these leaves are made up of very many parts. Then we are going to start with the stem. So this is the stem onto which the leaf is going to be attached. Then on a stem we are going to have a point where this leaf is going to get attached, and this one is called a node. Then at the node we are going now to have this part here I'm drawing. This one is what we call the leaf stalk. This one is a leaf stalk. Then this leaf stalk we are going to get a large outer part here, then the flame. So all this one is called the lamina, and if we don't call this one the lamina, we can call it the leaf blade. Then inside here, this leaf stalk, which is also called the petal, it is also called the petal. On reaching the lamina inside here, is going to develop, or is going to turn into what we call the midrib. So when it enters the lamina, we no longer call it the leaf stalk, then it is now called the midrib or the midrib. Then inside here, inside this space here, the lamina or the leaf blade, we are going to have now tiny branches, and now these tiny branches we are now going to call them the leaf margin. The leaf veins. So this one is a vein. When there are very many, they are veins. So this one is the leaf vein. Now this outline of the lamina is called the leaf margin. This one is the leaf margin. Then this tip, the sharp ending, is called the apex. So here we have the apex. This one is the margin, leaf margin. Now this space here, the entire space here, it is the lamina or the leaf blade. Then this is the leaf stalk. Then here is what we call the midrib. So the leaf stalk, on entering the lamina, it turns into the midrib. Then here we have the node, and at the node we are going to have what we call the leaf base. this is the leaf base. Then the leaf base, it attaches the leaf onto the stem. Then that point of attachment on a stem is what we call a node. And then between this stem and this leaf stalk, we have a bud, this eye. So this one is called the axillary bud. It is the axillary bud. Then the angle between, then we have this angle between a stem and a leaf. So this angle between a stem and a leaf on a stem, then it is called an axil. So let us name this leaf once again. This one is the apex, this one is the lamina, this part is called the leaf blade, this one is the leaf stalk or the petal, and now this one is what we call the leaf base. Then at the leaf base we have the node, this is the stem. Then the angle between the stem and the leaf is called an axil, and this one is the midrib, this one is the leaf vein, and this one is the margin. Now these parts of a leaf, they are very important to a leaf. Let us start with the lamina. How important is this lamina? Remember we said this lamina is also called the leaf what? The leaf blade. Then this lamina, it is the part of a leaf which has the what? The chlorophyll, and within this lamina is where we find the small openings that we call the stoma. When it is one, it is a stoma. When there are very many, we add Ta, then it becomes the stomata. So this one is a stoma. Then when we join with this onto this, then they become two. Then in plural it becomes the stomata. So the lamina carries the stomata and also holds the veins and also holds the green color which we call chlorophyll. Therefore, the lamina one carries out the process of photosynthesis. It carries out photosynthesis, the process by which these plants make their own food. Number two, because it has that green color, because this lamina has the stomol, holds the stomata, then it also carries out gaseous exchange, or it is where gaseous exchange will take place because it holds the stomata. Then from that one, let us now look at again the stomata found in the lamina. So the stomata, these stomata, they are the actual sites for gaseous exchange. So they are used by plants to carry out gaseous exchange, that is breathing. And then when we come to the leaf stalk, this leaf stalk, its work is to carry or to conduct water and nutrients from the stem to the midrib. So the leaf stalk, it conducts or carries. So the leaf stalk conducts or carries water and nutrients. Water and nutrients from the stem to the midrib. That's the work of the leaf stalk. Then we have the leaf base. Actually, the leaf stalk does not hold a stem, does not hold a leaf on the stem. No, it is the leaf base. So the leaf base here, it holds a leaf. It holds a leaf onto a stem. Then we are having what we call leaf veins. Then these leaf veins, as you are seeing them, if now this leaf stalk brings the water and nutrients then to the midrib, then the leaf veins are going to get the water and nutrients from the midrib and supplies them to every part of a leaf. At the same time, these veins, they conduct food that has been made by the leaf to the midrib, then the midrib takes it to other parts of a plant, to the stem, then the stem takes them to the storage organs of a plant. So these veins, or the leaf veins, they conduct or they supply water and nutrients. They supply water and nutrients to all the parts of a leaf, to all the parts of a leaf. So where do they get where do these veins get this water and nutrients? So they get them from the midrib, which means that this midrib will supply, it supplies water and nutrients to leaf veins, veins. So one more time, we've said the lamina, it carries out photosynthesis and is a part where gaseous exchange takes place. Then the stomata, it is the actual site for gaseous exchange, which we have called breathing. Then we've said the leaf stalk conducts water and mineral salts to the midrib. Then this midrib will supply the water and nutrients to the leaf veins. Then these leaf veins will get the water and supply them to every part of a leaf, and these veins will also conduct food or carry food from the parts of a leaf where it has been made to the midrib. Then the midrib conducts it to the stem. Then the stem will conduct it or will take it to all parts or to any part where it's going to be stored or where it is